This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. A group of Sarasota County teachers are picketing ahead of tonight's school board meeting.
They say they're upset over the pay and raises that teachers receive compared to that of the superintendent. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live from the Sarasota County School District with more details. Rick?
Yeah, guys, the protest has been going on for the last hour or so. We're going to take a look at some of the signs right now. Here's a group of signs. There are probably about 300 or 400 teachers and aides out here. The teachers here say they are some of the lowest paid in the country, while the superintendent says they are some of the highest paid. Currently, the superintendent has a salary, we're told, of $185,000 a year with a $15,000 per year performance pay if the goals are met.
Well, the offer that we have on the table is a 3% raise for teachers. I believe the sticking point is how that money is distributed. We believe that that money should go to our highly effective teachers on our performance salary schedule, a salary schedule that is available to all of our teachers.
And we're being told the protesters out here will be out here until 6:30. That's when the school board meeting gets underway, and then a lot of the protesters will be heading indoors to have their voices heard. We'll have a lot more on this coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rick. The city of Sarasota is hoping to run exclusively off renewable energy by the year 2050, and it's already going green by encouraging drivers to travel in electric vehicles. The city adding 3 new electric vehicle charging ports in parking garages and lots around the area. It's also updating 7 existing ports. These new and updated stations are free for the city as part of an agreement with Florida Power and Light. You can find the new charging stations at City Hall, the Palm Avenue Garage, and St. Armand's South parking lot.
The Tampa Bay Rays' most recognized player in their history now plays for the San Francisco Giants. Many Rays fans imagined Evan Longoria playing his entire career in one uniform. And while many fans are furious over the trade, many sports analysts following the Rays say the organization is changing the way it approaches typical off seasons.
Hurts is he was such a good guy. He was still producing, and everybody loved him. But it was a business move. But if they want to compete, they got to do it with young guys or take some guys off the scrap heap. It's worked in the past. That's their MO.
Coming up on ABC7 News at 7, we discuss other changes that the organization plans to make. Free Surrey rides along the Legacy Trail starting up again today. A Surrey is a 4-passenger, 4-wheel, canopy-covered bicycle, which makes it easier for visitors who have mobility challenges to experience the trail. Now, volunteers will take passengers on a 45-minute trip from Laurel Park on Tuesdays and Wednesdays each week through March 28th.
Certainly a great day to get outdoors and do that.
Nice and warm. You didn't really need a jacket or anything today.
No, it was great. Let's check in with meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? What a difference a week makes. Last week, talking about the extreme cold. This week, warm temperatures above average. Today's high into the upper 70s, even some low 80s inland. 76 currently. It's beautiful out there. 62 degrees on the dew point. And with that high dew point temperatures, a good deal of fog possibly late tonight. The southeast winds at 6 miles an hour. And the pressure 30.01 inches. That is high and rising ever so slightly. Across the state, temperatures are really quite nice. In fact, the eastern third of the nation, temperatures are above average. Jacksonville now at 68. A lot of rain to the east and south of us associated with the upper level low, which continues to move off to the east. It brought us some beneficial rains overnight for the most part, and that area of low pressure at the surface is drifting to the southeast. This area of low will weaken and eventually fade away over the next 24 hours. So we're not really anticipating much rainfall, and it looks as though we will see only a slight chance for a passing shower or two, although it looks rather ominous. It's not. It is, again, military chaff moving off to the northeast. Well, more on our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Now to more details on the major breakthrough from the North and South Korea border. For the first time in years, talks between North and South Korea with rare access provided to news media. Negotiators from the two rival nations coming together at the world's most militarized border. North Korea agreeing to send its athletes, cheerleaders, and a performance group to the upcoming Olympic Games. The North Koreans calling it a New Year's gift. For the South, it's a reassurance that their games will not be disrupted.
Here in Seoul is full of optimism. The North showing very strong determination to make this work out, says they hope this opportunity could lead to a groundbreaking momentum towards peace on the Korean Peninsula.
The South also tried to bring up the issue of denuclearization, but there was no response from their northern counterparts. These talks amid rising tensions with the U.S. over North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's growing nuclear arsenal.
Today, an incredible scene at the White House. President Trump, Republicans and Democrats sitting around a table negotiating immigration reform in front of cameras for nearly an hour. The bipartisan meeting happened as Congress works to avoid a government shutdown. ABC's Kenneth Moten has more from Washington.
From the Capitol to the White House, negotiations underway to avert a government shutdown.
So I'm appealing to everyone in the room to put the country before a party.
Immigration at the center of the debate. President Trump flanked by congressional Democrats and Republicans, hashing out immigration reform right in front of the cameras. Hanging in the balance, the fate of those undocumented immigrants known as Dreamers, brought to the country as children. A bill to address their fate expected this week.
It should be a bill of love, but it also has to be a bill where we're able to secure our border.
The big battle likely to be over Homeland Security's $18 billion request for the president's southern border wall.
If we do not do something with the security, if we do not do something with the chain migration, we are fooling each other that we solved the problem.
I want to state that emphatically. There's not a Democrat that is not for having secure borders.
On Capitol Hill, a harder tone from Democrats.
President Trump is fighting for an empty symbol rather than smart policy.
Leaders are also trying to achieve a funding deal that sets spending caps, reauthorizes the Children's Health Insurance Program, and provides emergency disaster relief.
So we have deadlines. We understand these deadlines, and I think we're having good bipartisan conversations.
Lawmakers are already signaling that as negotiations continue, it's likely Congress will once again pass a short-term funding measure to keep the government open past next Friday. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Today marks the first day of the legislative session, and Senate and House leaders are addressing their chambers about legislative priorities for the next 2 months. Senate President Joe Negron says the Senate will have zero tolerance for sexual harassment or misconduct against employees and visitors. He's also focused on solving the state's opioid crisis, saying those who sell drugs should be prosecuted and those who are addicted should receive support.
Men and women who come forward who seek help, that we have appropriate solutions for them, that we have appropriate treatment, including medication assisted treatment, to give them every opportunity to overcome their addiction.
Speaker Richard Corcoran told members that the House will continue to fight to make sure that every child is afforded a world-class education. Corcoran also made clear the House will not go along with tax increases or using state reserves.
The Florida House will never support raising taxes on any individual or any business ever.
Florida's 60-day legislative session runs through March 9th, and the only bill that lawmakers are required to pass is a balanced budget that would take effect on July 1st. And Governor Rick Scott helping to kick off that legislative session today with his final State of the State address. It focused on issues like holding down taxes, supporting law enforcement, and addressing sexual harassment. Governor Scott says state leaders need to invest in things like the environment, education, and transportation infrastructure. Scott is also pushing a proposal to require a vote by a 2/3 majority of the legislature in order to approve a tax increase.
I want 2018 to be the year that Florida voters pass a constitutional amendment that makes it harder for politicians to raise taxes.
It's very obvious that we're heading in a totally different direction, the Democrats, than the Republicans, not just on immigration policies, but also in how we fund our public schools.
The governor also said he wants to spend $53 million to help fight the opioid epidemic in the Sunshine State.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, beware of the recent gifts you bought for your children.
Some may be putting your child at risk, how they can still have fun while staying safe.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile, and in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
Florida Studio Theater presents the 8-time Tony Award winner Once, held over by popular demand. Captivating and breathtaking, Once is an unforgettable story about going for your dreams and the power of music to connect us all. Critics are calling Once engaging and heartwarming, outstanding, and a flawless production. Audiences are calling it phenomenal and better than Broadway. Once must close January 19th. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting FloridaStudioTheater.org.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Are your children's gifts from the holiday season putting them at risk for going to the hospital? With more, here's ABC News correspondent Lana Zach.
Remember what Ralphie wanted for Christmas in A Christmas Story? Well, if your kid was Ralphie this year or plays with some other toy guns, pay attention. Experts warn that certain types of novelty guns may be risky if you don't follow safety rules. A new long-term study shows that eye injuries related to BB, pellet, or paintball guns in children has increased 169% in the last 23 years. Nearly half of all hospitalizations related to eye injuries in children were related to these guns. The solution? Wear protective gear. 90% of these injuries could be prevented with eye protection. With this Medical Minute, I'm Lana Zach, ABC News.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Okay, pretty nice day today. Really a little fog around this morning, some low clouds. We're going to see the same thing again tomorrow. The fog may be a little thicker too. We have an area of low pressure out here. You see it spinning counterclockwise. Right there it is. It's not moving much. It's drifting to the south. And notice what's been happening. It's been weakening as expected as it pushes basically to the south-southeast. And an upper level low is around too. And that's bringing moisture in to mainly the Florida Straits, the Bahamas, along the east coast. We had a little bit of rain overnight, most of it occurring just after midnight, and some areas picking up nearly a half inch or even more in some isolated areas. Again, nothing around right now. It will stay that way too through this evening. Tomorrow, the rain chance very small at 20%. And as far as rainfall estimates go, a lot of people got rain overnight, if you may have been sleeping through it, but all the way from north of Tampa, south down to Charlotte County and into inland counties and Highlands and DeSoto counties as well. Well, out west, here we go. The major winter storm is moving on in, causing mudslides and all sorts of headaches out there. There's another one behind it too. This storm system and pattern will eventually grab cold air from up north and drop it down in the United States again, and that's going to be the impetus for the cold weather over the weekend, and then again another front and another big surge of polar air will move in, and it looks like that'll happen midweek next week. But there are winter storm warnings out We also have high surf advisories out, all sorts of flood watches and warnings as well into parts of California and Nevada. For boaters for today, we are looking at beautiful weather out there in the bay. A little bit cooler there, but at the airport, it's 76 right now. And the dew point temperature is 62. The winds are out of the southeast at 6, and the pressure 30.01 inches. Now that's pretty high. It's rising ever so slightly. Well, there it is, 78 degrees today. 87, the record set in 2013, so just a few years ago, was a very hot day, and 62 was the morning low. That 10 degrees above average. It's amazing how quickly it can turn around, right? And it looks like the same situation is occurring over the Northeast and the Great Lakes. Well, there it is, over a ½ inch at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, and we are now above average for the year at just over an inch. Temperatures across the region, upper 60s, a little cooler near the coast because the water temperature has cooled down to the upper 50s, but places like Rosedale, the Meadows, and Laurel Oak all into the mid-70s now. Northport, you're at 75, Venice at 74 degrees, and Plantation at 75. Well, the Futurecast is showing the rainfall tonight mainly to the north and east. There's a chance for a spotty shower, but not much, only at around 10%. And then tomorrow looks good too. We'll have some fog around in the morning and then partly cloudy throughout the day. High temperatures will top out, looks like, into the upper 70s once again, so no real threat there. And as far as temperatures go, 39 in Boston, 30 in Buffalo, 36 in Columbus now, 37 in St. Louis, and temperatures into the 40s and 50s across much of the central and northern Rockies. To the west, Phoenix at 78, 52 in Dallas, and 54 now in Houston. Atlanta at 63 degrees. Well, here's the forecast for boating. We're looking for a light chop out there on the bays and inland waters. Not a problem. Seas will be running 2 to 3 feet with an east wind. There could be a problem for sea fog, though. That'll be about the downside for our weather. As far as the 7-day forecast, a fog around, but temperatures staying warm through Friday, 75 for your high. Look for an increase in clouds, too, late Friday and into Friday night. A slight chance for a shower on Saturday, turning windy and cooler, too, for the weekend, with the coolest day being Sunday with a high of 62 degrees. Martin Luther King Jr. Day looks great, sunshine, and 65. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. There's a few areas of red on the map, but right now the interstate is clear and there are no crashes to report. Scott?
Thanks, Jacqueline. 2 former Google software engineers are suing the tech giant, alleging it discriminates against white people, conservatives, and men. One of those suing Google is James Damore. He's the senior software engineer fired by Google last summer after a controversial essay he wrote about the company's diversity policies went viral. The lawsuit alleges Google awarded bonuses to employees who criticized Damore, kept internal blacklists to prevent conservative employees from getting opportunities at the company, and failed to protect workers who supported President Trump. The plaintiffs are seeking monetary and other damages. Google has said it has strong policies against workplace retaliation, harassment, and discrimination. Oprah Winfrey's Golden Globe speech Sunday night gave Weight Watchers investors something to cheer about. The company's shares jumped 13% amid speculation Winfrey, an owner of the weight loss company, may run for president. Winfrey bought some stock in the company back in 2015 and joined its board of directors. Since then, Weight Watchers enrollment has climbed by nearly 1 million members.
And I'm sure the new year certainly helped that as well.
The power of Oprah.
Well, stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
The classic film Singing in the Rain is coming to the Players Center in a live stage show opening January 17th. All the dances and all the songs you've come to know and love, all a part of our wild Broadway series. Get your tickets now for this limited run by calling the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. You too can be singing in the rain.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Country music legend Loretta Lynn is recovering from a broken hip after suffering a fall on New Year's Day. Lynn's family jokingly said they blame Lynn's new puppy for the fall. Her daughter told People magazine Lynn may have been chasing after the puppy when she slipped and fell, fracturing her hip. According to her family, the 85-year-old has been recovering well and is now starting rehab. The singer suffered a stroke back in May.
Marvel unveiling a new trailer for the upcoming superhero movie Black Panther. It received primetime billing airing during the halftime of the College Football Playoff National Championship game. The minute-and-a-half preview featured new clips from the film that stars Chadwick Boseman, who plays the title character. The trailer debuted after the halftime performance from Kendrick Lamar, who produced the soundtrack to the film. Black Panther premieres on February 16th. And Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are stepping out together for their second official appearance since their engagement.
The couple visiting a radio station that provides training programs for at-risk teens. As the countdown to the big royal wedding begins, Molly Hunter has more from London.
On a drizzly gray afternoon, a ray of sunshine lit up South London when Meghan Markle arrived in Brixton. A vibrant, multiracial, multicultural neighborhood. Alongside Prince Harry, they visited a community radio station, Represent FM. Meeting with presenters, the radio station also trains young people in media skills.
It's really important to Harry to meet people, ordinary people, and him and William are really keen on championing programs for young people.
The fans lined up early, and the screams, not just those of high school girls.
Did you guys see her? Oh, yeah! Are you excited? Yes, I'm excited!
Meghan and Harry worked the crowd.
Yeah?
And big excitement from way down here, from the littlest fans.
Yes!
Meghan identifies as multiracial, and for many here today, visiting Brixton was a statement.
It's always been quite a stronghold for the black community, which my assumption is why they're making this their second visit.
After the couple sped away, Meghan deleted her social media accounts, a clean start for the newest royal rock star. Meanwhile, one of the Represent DJs tweeted, "Just slipped Prince Harry the old business card in a bid to secure that wedding DJ gig." Excitement building for that wedding and the Markle magic in full effect. Molly Hunter, ABC News in London.
And so many people again hoping for a great wedding for those two. We always saw Prince William and Kate.
Yes.
Yes,
Kate,
Prince Kate and Princess Kate.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about Meghan Markle and what life must be like for her now. It must be so different with cameras everywhere,
right.
Everyone paying attention to everything you do.
Yeah.
She's got to get used to that.
Oh, of course. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather after the break.
It's time to go boating, but first, don't miss the 17th annual Charlotte County Boat Show, January 11th to the 14th at the Charlotte County Fairgrounds. Show admission is free, and on-site parking is only $5. January 11th through the 14th. Visit GoBoatingFlorida.com for more information.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.